So we will start with question number 4, and we are going to do the third operation, which is called a difference. Difference is basically, so you need to remember a few things related to this operation. First of all, you need to remember that difference is subtraction of two sets. But what will be coming in the answer? So the answer will be coming from the elements of the set which is written first, right? So like, for example, if it is A minus B, so the answer would be elements of set A. Elements of set B cannot come in the answer. Okay? So first of all, you need to remember that answer is, because this is very common mistake which students do. Answer is elements of first set, always, right? And secondly, another thing which you need to remember is, just like in subtraction, in number theory also, in subtraction, order matters, right? We all know that. So in difference also, order matters, right? So although if we take union or intersection, so if you take A union B or B union A, so this is equal, because in union order does not matter. So same is the case with the intersection. If you take A intersection B or B intersection A, so they are both same. Order does not matter in intersection also. Okay? It's just the concept that matters. But in difference, order matter. What does that mean? That means if you are subtracting A from B, so that is a different case than subtracting B from A, right? So if I write like this, A minus B is not equal to B minus A, right? And that makes sense also, because we just said in difference, the elements of first set is coming in the answer. So if it is, A minus B, so that definitely answer will contain the elements of set A. But if it is B minus A, so then the elements of B will be coming in the answer, right? So you need to remember these two things. Is there anything you cannot understand? Like these 2 points which I have just discussed. If you cannot understand it, please tell me again. I will explain it again. Is it clear?
Yes.
All right. So now let's start the practice. So we need to remember these 2 points in mind. Okay? Answer is elements of first set. Second set is acting as a filter. Okay? And the elements which are coming in both sets, so this B will act as a filter and it will keep that element with like on the filter. And the remaining elements would be the elements of set A which are not in set B, right? So now I'm going to write down, because this is a complicated, like it's and we are subtracting B, which is B, C, D, E. So now who can tell me what will come in the answer? What will be gone from A? Ji bete. So what will be gone from A after subtracting B from it?
B, C, D.
So why B, C, D and why not A?
Because
So
there's
just
no
I
A
told
and
you,
B.
so there is no A and B, so A will come in the answer then, right? A will remain in the difference because A is not subtracted by B. So B and C will be gone. Why? Because they are in B, and B will just, I told you, just think this is a filter, and B and C will stop by this B set, right? So A will come in the answer and then D will also come in the answer. Now the biggest mistake students do, they write E also in the answer because they think if common elements are gone and the non-common elements will just come in the answer. So that is wrong. You need to keep this in mind that elements of set first set come in the answer. So you should not be writing elements of set B, right? So this is the only thing you need to be careful of. So now
But D
the
not cancel.
sorry, oh D will also be gone. You're right. Sorry, that's my bad. So the answer will be only A. That's right. Answer will be only A because B, C, D, all three are gone. So answer will be only A, right? So now who can tell me the answer of the next part? Next part is B minus C. So set B is B, C, D, E. And set C is, which we are subtracting, C, D, E, F. So what will be the answer?
B.
Keep it only B, right? C, D, E will be gone because they are subtracted. So B minus C, and we know that answer of B, elements from B can only come in the answer. So B is the only element which is additional in set B. So it is not in set C, so that is why it will remain. And now the next one is C minus D. C is C, D, E, F, and set D is D, E, F, G. So now what will come in the answer? Anyone else? Ashman got the point, I can understand. What about anyone else? Anyone else who can answer? What would be the answer of C minus D?
C.
C.
C would be the answer. Very good. C would be the answer. D, E, F, because they are coming in the set which is subtracted. So they will be gone, right? So now because this was easy, there was a pattern in the answers. So now let's look at this. So D minus A. D is D, E, F, G. And we are subtracting A, which is A, B, C, D. So now tell me, who can tell me what would be the elements of difference? Ji Hashim?
E, F, G.
E, F, G, right? So D would be gone, very good. D would be gone because it is coming in this set. So that is, that will be cancelled or that would be stopped by this filter, you can say. So the rest of the three elements will just go in the answer, okay? And there would not be any element coming from set A because that is subtracted. So now B minus A. Learn this concept really well because the fourth operation, which is complement, that is also actually a difference. But that is a different kind of difference. So, but the concept is still same, the difference we need to take. What is B minus A? So B is B, C, D, E. It's a good habit to write the set so that you can clearly understand. A is A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. So what will come in the answer? Anyone else?
E.
What will come in? E will come in the answer. Very good, Waleed. E will come in the answer because BCD is also coming in the set which we are subtracting. Very good. So now C minus B. Set C is C, D, E, F. And we are subtracting set B, which is B, C, D, E. B, C, D, E. So now what will come as an answer? What will come in the answer?
F.
G. F will come in the answer. That's right. So I hope all of you got the concept, right? So now come D minus C. So D minus C would be, set D is D, E, F, G. And set C is C, D, E, F. So I want a new student who can answer, not Waleed, Hashim, or Ashman, anyone else, D, E, F, G is being subtracted from C, D, E, F. So what will come in the answer? Narmeen?
G.
G will come in the answer. Very good. So G will come in the answer. So now the last one, A minus D. So we know set A is A, B, C, D, and D is, set D is D, E, F, G. So anyone else who can answer me? Manal, Musa, Fatima, Anaya. So what would be answer of this difference? A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G. G, what will be coming as an answer? All right, Hashim, you can tell me what will come in the answer, bete?
ABC.
A, B, C, right? Ashman, I will ask you another question. A, B, C will come as an answer. Very good. So I hope the concept is clear. Okay? So this is how difference work, right? So we will soon move on to Venn diagrams. So you need to learn the concepts really well so that you can solve the Venn diagrams also. So moving on to question number 5. Question number 5 is a question of complement, right? So the fourth operation, which is complement. So it is complements. So complements are denoted by either with a hyphen or with a small c on the top of the set, right? So like for example, if I want to say a complement, so I will write down like this. Either I will write down like a with the bar on the top or a with a small c on the top. So sometimes students get confused if the notation is changed. So that's why I'm telling you both notations. So in book, usually, this notation is used. But one time in board's paper, they used this small c on the top of every set. And the students really got confused. Okay, what does that mean? What does this c means? So some of them ignored this sign and they thought that it is just maybe a written mistake or something like that. But this is also a sign of complement. A complement or a hyphen is also used to represent this. Just like difference is having two signs. One is this minus sign and the other is, I told you other day also, it's this slash. They are both representing difference, right? If it is written A minus B, that's also difference. And if it is written A slash B, that is also basically A minus B, right? So now moving on to this question. Acha, now this is very interesting that the complements are also basically differences, but complements are difference from universal set. Like the normal difference is difference between the sets and the complement is difference from universal set. So for the questions related to complements, we really need to have a universal set given in the question. Agar ye U is not given, so then we cannot find the complements because complements are differences from universal set. So now let's take this first one as an example. It is that you need to find a complement. So a complement is also called not a. Like everything that is not a is basically a complement, right? So now how we are going to write it down, because we know that a complement means u minus a, right? U is the universal set. So if I will write down u, it is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is set u. Achha, can anyone tell me what is a universal set? What is like if somebody asks you how to define universal set, so what you will say? जी बेटे. Can anyone tell me what is a universal set? All right. So I will explain it again. Universal set is basically the biggest set in the consideration. Okay. It's not like universal set contains everything in the universe, like the name suggests. Because the name is universal, so probably you think that everything will be in this set. No, it's not like this. Not everything in the like if numbers are written, it's not like all the numbers. It's the biggest set in the consideration. In that particular scenario, everything which is there in the subset. So universal set is like a superset of all the other sets which are there in that particular question, right? So if there is a universal set defined already, so you cannot go beyond it. Okay? If the universal set is first 10 numbers and set A is even numbers, so 12 cannot come in set A because set A is a subset of that universal set. Even if it is not mentioned, so you cannot go beyond the universal set, because if a universal set is defined in a question, so that means that is the that are the numbers we need to consider. We cannot go beyond it. We cannot go out of the box. ठीक है? So अगर आप Venn diagrams को सोचें, so universal set is right the rectangle we are talking about, the outer space. उसके बाहर कुछ नहीं है. उस question में the rectangle is the maximum you can think of. उससे बाहर आपने नहीं जाना. ठीक है? So now we need to apply difference also. So who can tell me the answer? If we are subtracting A from U, so the answer will be coming from U. So Arshuman ji bete.
3579.
3579, right? And there's very interesting thing here which you can use sometimes for rechecking also. So there are total 10 elements in set A. This is how we write down the elements, number of elements of set A. Or there's another way of writing number of elements NA. So elements of set A are 10. And the one we are taking, like we are subtracting from A, uske elements hain hamare paas. Elements of set U are 10 and elements of set A are basically 6. So if you think like this also, 10 minus 6. So there should be 4 elements in the answer because it is the difference, na? Right? So there must be 4 elements in the answer. So that's how you can recheck also that you are not missing any element in the answer, right? Because soon you will do questions where there would be more number of elements in set U. For example, U is 30 to 45. So 30 to 45, there are 15 elements. So it just like you are not missing any elements, you can do this kind of check also, right? So now moving on to next question. Next is B complement. So B complement is, just like we said, it is U minus B, universal set minus B, right? So universal set is, we will write it down so that we can see clearly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a good habit when you are new to set notations, right? Minus B. So B is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So again, the universal set is having 10 elements and we are taking out 6 of them. So it means the answer must have 4 elements. So which 4 elements will come in the answer? So who can tell me?
2, 4, 6, 10.
2, 4. So 2, 4, 6,
610.
6 and 10, right? So these are the elements coming in B complement, right? So now next is very interesting. Now there are multiple operations in the paper also, this can come. So this question will be having 3 marks in the paper agar ye question aapke paas aata hai. Why? Because the first step is that you need to find out A complement. Second step is that you need to find out B complement. And the third step is that you can take the union of the both answers coming from the previous 2 steps. So, but right now we have done this already. We know what is A complement and we know what is B complement. So A complement is 3579 and we need to take union, and the B complement is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So what will come in the answer? What is union? Can anyone tell me? So what does union mean? So who can tell me what does this symbol union means? Which elements will come in the answer? Let's say, can you recall, Hashim? Which elements will come in the answer if we are doing this operation union? The first one which we have learned.
Ma'am, it will include all the elements of the set.
All the
But if
elements coming from both sets. What if?
but if someone is repeating, so we'll only write it once.
It will come only once. So the repeated elements will come once and the rest of all the elements will come. So there is no repetition here. We can see clearly that A complement is having different elements and B complement is having totally different elements. So we will just combine them all. So we try to write down the numbers in order. So we will write down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sorry, 7, 6 is not there. 6 is there. 6, 7, 8 is not there. 9, 10. Right? So 1 and 8 is not there. So rest of all the elements will come in the answer. So now what is A complement intersection B complement? Intersection is only the common elements. So what is
Ma'am,
the
not possible.
intersection of these two? Sorry?
Not possible.
Null.
Not possible.
Null
Not
set.
possible. Null set. It will be an empty set. Right? So if you take intersection of these two sets, so the answer is an empty set. There is no element in this set because there is nothing common in the both sets, right? Either you can write down like this, empty brackets, or you can use this symbol. This symbol is a symbol of a null set or an empty set, right? You can use any of the notation, but you cannot use this notation. This I told you in the first class. This is wrong, right? If you combine these two notations and you write down like this, so maybe your purpose is or your concept is clear that you are trying to say that it is a null set, but writing it like this means that this is now the element of this set, which is wrong. Now this is a singleton set containing this symbol as a element, so you cannot write it like this. If you want to write down a symbol of null set, so either write down the empty curly brackets or use this symbol to represent a null set or an empty set or an empty set. So now the last part is A union B whole complement. So this is basically a two-step question. First of all, you will find out A union B, and then you will subtract the answer of this part from U. So what is A union B? What is A union B?
1,
Can
2,
anyone take
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Um,
7, 8, 9, 10? This is A union B. So now if you subtract to find A union B complement, I will subtract it from U. U minus A
It will
union
be
B.
null set.
It will be null set. Why? Because they are both same. If you subtract A union B from universal set, so everything would be gone because they are the similar sets. So it will be an empty set or a null set, right? So that will come in the answer. So any question in this? Set notation is very interesting topic. So, and this is useful. You will be surprised to see agar aap isko research करें कि in how many fields this concept is used. Set notation is used in everything around you, starting from gaming, AI, all the advancements in computer science is because of this set notation. So just research about it. अगर आप देखें it's aviation जो होती है हमारी planes की, उसमें भी सेट नोटेशंस यूज होती है. सो दिस इज वेरी वाइड कॉन्सेप्ट. गेमिंग में बहुत ज्यादा यूज होती है सेट नोटेशन. सो यू कैन रिसर्च अबाउट इट, द फील्ड्स इन विच दिस फील्ड ऑफ मैथ इज यूज्ड. सो यू विल बी एस्टोनिश्ड टू सी. ठीक है. So moving on to the next one. All right, so now because we have done all the four basic operations, so now there are mixtures of operations. So now the question is that you need to find out two sets are given, A and B. A is having these 4 elements, 2, 4, 6, 8. B is having 4, 6, 9, 10. So find the following. First question is find A union B. So can anyone tell me the answer? A union B. Union means all elements. Union is all elements of both sets. Half Spite, if you have understood the concept, can you tell me the answer? A union B. All the elements will come in the answer. Can you help me writing, bete? Jazim, Inaya, any one of you? All right. Narmeen, can you help me writing, bete? What would be the union of set A and B?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10, right? So the common elements will come only once, and the non-common elements of the both sets will also be coming in the answer. So now what is A intersection B? G, Ashman, what is A intersection B? Intersection is common elements.
4 and 6.
4 and 6, very good. So 4 and 6 are the common elements, 4 and 6. So A minus B. So now Hashim, can you tell me, bete, what is A minus B?
2, 8.
2 and 8, right? So A minus B is difference. So difference is elements of first set. Elements of, I'm writing this again for those who have not attended the previous classes. Elements of first set not present in second, right? So elements of first set which are not present in second. So what is B minus A? B minus A. B minus A.
9, 10.
9, 10. Right? So now the last question is find B complement. But because for complement we need universal set. So they are saying find B complement with respect to this set. Take this set as the universal set. So B complement is basically U minus B. So U is the first 10 elements and B is like 4, 6, 9, 10. So definitely 4, 6, 9, and 10 will be gone. And the answer would be 1, 2, 3, 5,
5,
7, 8,
8.
right? So 10 elements in U, 4 elements are subtracted. So the answer contains 6 elements, right? So I hope this is clear. Question number 6. So now moving on to question number 7. So question number 7 is if C is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7 and D we need to find out union, intersection, and difference of the two sets. And we need to see which operation results in an empty set. We need to answer these questions. So I'm utilizing this space to write down the answer. So starting from sets are in front of you. So starting from union, who can help me in writing the answer? What would be A? Sorry, not A. What would be C union D? What will be elements of C union D?
They're talking about everything. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Sorry?
1, 3, 5, 7, 2,
That's
4, 6,
right, but
8.
we will write down in order, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We try to write down in order, right? So that if we are doing any other operation or, although order does not matter. If you will not follow the order, still your answer will be correct. Okay? So in set, order does not matter while writing the elements. So this is the set. Now what would be C intersection D?
A null set.
It's a null set. There is no element, you know. These are the odd numbers and D contains even numbers, right? So you will say it's an empty set. Now what is C minus D? What is C minus D?
1357.
Sorry?
1357.
1357. So because D is totally, they are disjoint sets. So even if you subtract them, there would not be any difference. What would be D minus C? D minus C would also be set D itself because they are disjoint sets. So disjoint sets may, there is no common element. So nothing will be subtracted, right? The set will come as it is in the answer. So now we have, yes, we have calculated or computed all the, like we performed all the operations. Now they are asking you which operation results in an empty set.
Intersection.
Intersection, right? So you need to write down that intersection resulted as an empty set. Okay. So now moving on to question number 8. Question number 8 is the universal set is U. Okay. U is A, B, C, D, E. Set A is A, C, E and set B is B, D. Find A complement. So A complement is U minus A. So what will be U minus A?
BD.
BD, right? So elements of set U which are not set in set A. So BD. So then another is B complement. B complement is U minus B.
AC.
What is U minus B?
ACE.
AC, ACE. Okay. So these are the. So now the next one. Draw a Venn diagram. This is another question. Draw a Venn diagram to represent two sets, A and B, where A is, so now the sets are written in set notation format. So A is basically X such that X. So either they will use colon or they will use this spacer between this. So इसको read कैसे करना है? X such that X. X such that X is an even number less than 10. So what will be elements of set A?
2468.
Even numbers less than 10. 2468. Right? And what are the elements of set B? Multiple of 3 less than 10.
369.
369. Right? So multiple of 3 less than 10. So 369. So now we need to draw a Venn diagram. So but before we draw a Venn diagram, let me remind you that Venn diagrams can be of 3 types. Okay? So we have 3 types of Venn diagrams. First one is called, very good, overlapping, disjoint, and the third one is subset formation. Okay, third is subset. So सबसे पहले तो हमने ये देखना है before drawing it कि what kind of relation these two sets are having. A is 2468 and B is 369. Are they overlapping, disjoint, or subset?
Overlapping.
They are overlapping. Okay, when the two sets are overlapping, when there are common elements, like this 6 is common in both of them, and the both sets are having their own elements also, right? So there are some common elements, right? And the sets are having their own elements also. So that time we will say this is a overlapping formation, right? The two sets are overlapping each other. So now we will draw this kind of Venn diagram because we know that the two sets are overlapping sets. So if I say this set is A and this set is B, so this is the overlapping part where the two sets are overlapping each other. So we will put the common elements here. 6 will come in this portion to represent that 6 is part of set A, circle A, and 6 is part of circle B, both. Okay? So now the remaining elements of set A are 2, 4, 8. They will come in the portion which is not shared by B. क्योंकि ये A के अपने elements हैं. These elements only belong to set A. So now the elements of B 3 and 9. Okay. So these are the elements of set B which are not shared by set A. ये B के अपने elements हैं, so इसलिए we will write down in this circle. So there is no universal set in this question. So we will not write down or we will not make the box, the rectangle outside. Okay. So now this is very interesting. The next part. Next part is use Venn diagram in the similar question. Use Venn diagram to illustrate. Illustrate means to show. Okay. Use Venn diagrams to show A union B, A intersection B, and A minus B and B minus A. Okay. So for the sake of this question, rather the time is actually finished. So we can solve this question tomorrow. Question number 9 ka last part and question 10 and 11. We can do this tomorrow because this is all about Venn diagrams, right? So let's draw these questions. Let's discuss how can we show different operations using Venn diagrams, right? So just like when we say graph is another way of representing data, right? So we represent data through tables and we represent data through graphs. So same is the case here. We represent data through sets and we can represent data through Venn diagrams also. So that is the same illustration, right? Same, just a different way of showing that data, right? So we will do the last 3 questions tomorrow, inshallah. Take care. Allah Hafiz. See you in the next class.